Well, the thing about having a certain amount of money, you know, if you got a bag, if you got a stash, whatever you want to call it, let's just say you have $100,000 put aside. Growing that money only works as long as you have a job that's bringing in more money, so you don't have to keep dipping into that.
That's right. I call you got to replace it. Whatever you spend, you have to replace it, or know whatever you spend is coming back in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. But you just can't keep spending. One of the great analogies of that is Michael Jackson. You know what he did, right? The reason why Michael Jackson went broke, because he stopped touring. And his expenses were so high that he don't have regular expenses like us. He had expenses. So he's spending $7-8 million a month, but he wasn't touring. When you don't replace the money, you end up broke. That's how it got to be, This Is It, the last tour, was supposed to get him out of debt.
Right, and he stopped dropping new albums.
He stopped.
And, so then you stop that, you're just banking off of the money you were making before, the residuals, which over time starts to go down.
Exactly. Me and you know, Vlad, if you're not working, it goes down.
Well, and this brings me to my next point.
Yes.
Geoffrey Owens from The Cosby Show. Now, I have had the very unpopular opinion amongst my viewers and the community in general.
Okay.
And this is my opinion about Geoffrey Owens.
Okay.
He was on The Cosby Show on a lot of different episodes and so forth. Everything was going fine until Bill Cosby fumbled the rerun check.
Okay.
Once Bill Cosby started catching all the charges and they stopped syndicating the show and everyone started dropping everything, and Geoffrey Owens himself said that was one of the reasons why at 56 years old, he ended up having to work at Trader Joe's.
And what you asking me how I feel about that?
My opinion, and I'll give you my opinion.
Okay.
And then you could give your opinion.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
For a man to be, 9 years from retirement age, have a degree from Yale, and been on the biggest show in the world at some point, to be bagging groceries at 56, to me means that he has failed.
Okay, I respect that.
As an adult.
Now, let me put this twist on that. What television does to the world. You ready? When people see you on TV, Vlad, they automatically think you're getting a big check. But you're not. It's an illusion. I guarantee you he was getting after average wages, maybe $2,000, $1,500 a week. He wasn't getting that money like Bill Cosby, $200,000, $500,000 an episode. Because if he had that kind of cake, and we just assume, we don't know if he got a drug habit, we don't know if he was marrying, got hit with child support, we don't know that.
He was, I think he still is married and had a child.
Okay, so my point is, what I want people to understand about TV is just because a person is on television don't mean they're paid. They're just on there getting a check like a regular job. And you got to remember, he only had a couple scenes. He wasn't like a regular, like the wife or his son. He was in and out. I guarantee you, Vlad, he was only getting anywhere between $2,000 to $3,000 a week. And he wasn't on all those seasons either. He was only on maybe a year, 2, 3 at the most. So he didn't get caked up that way through that show. But that's the illusion of television. When you're on TV, just like I just saw the guy from Training Day, the co-star, with Denzel Washington, just walking down the street normal. Now,
Ethan Hawke.
Yeah, if you didn't know this motherfucker, you thought he was a bum.
Okay.
I'm looking out the window. I said, yo, I just saw you on TV. He said, how I do? Nice personality. Now, because I saw him in different movies, you think he has a few dollars. Now, he probably does. Because you know how you white people are. Y'all don't wear Versace and all that. Y'all Kmart and New Balance sneakers and be sitting on 80 million. Me, myself, I'm a thousandaire. I got to have on expensive sneakers, jeans, and a T-shirt that's sort of expensive, so it makes me feel good, But he probably walking down the street and got 80 million in the bank.
Okay. I understand your point. I don't know exactly how big those checks were.
Yes.
But it doesn't matter to me whether he was on the Cosby Show or he wasn't.
Now you're talking to him as a man. Period.
As a man.
Understand?
This is what I said. You have failed as an adult. At 56 years old, you should not be doing a job that a 16-year-old could do better than you.
Now let's talk about that for a second, because in my podcast, in my show, this is the shit I'm trying to teach young men, black, white, and Hispanic, women, etc. One, you do not want to grow old and not have your paper right. Two, you don't own no property. So what the fuck you been doing your whole life is what I'm trying to tell people. Because this shit is almost over, Vlad. We talked about this before. You got to start setting up generational wealth, because you're dead a lot longer than you're alive. And nobody is taking that shit seriously. I got friends who I'm helping out because they dying of fucking cancer. They can't even pay for medication and they're my age. And it's bothering the fuck out of me. I got aunts that's struggling, that was bawling when I was coming up as a kid. But you go out in the fourth quarter, fucked up without proper management, and your bad planning should not be my emergency.
Yeah.
And this is how life is. And
I don't care if he was on the Cosby Show. That was just a point. I'm using him as an example.
Yes.
I'm using him as an example because most of my viewers have seen him on TV and know who he is.
Yes.
If I just take a random senior citizen who's working at Walmart as a greeter, they're not going to get that impact.
Right.
I'm using him. I don't know him. I've never met him. I'm
Yes.
using him as a perfect example where at 56, because you have not made the proper decisions. And he's had little bits on
Yes.
TV here and there,
Yes.
but he obviously never took his career or whatever new career he should have had seriously enough
Yes.
to prevent him from bagging groceries.
And to the audience that's listening, let me explain to you what Vlad is saying in just typical fucking terms. If you're a youngster right now, stop chasing ass. Stop chasing the shit that don't mean nothing. It's family and saving your motherfucking money. It's the stages in life. And you gotta qualify. Like I'm trying to understand men when they meet a woman, if you ain't got your paper right, don't say shit to her, because you don't qualify. It's not that she's better than you. A man should just be prepared that when he rolls up on a female, he could do something for her. That's what I mean. What the fuck you rolling up on a young lady for and you can't do nothing for her? I don't get it.
Well, listen, and people have said, well, what about you, Vlad? What if your company gets shut down or your YouTube channel gets taken out? And my answer to this is that based on the decisions I have made over the last 10 years, if everything got shut down today, I would be able to support myself and my family until I die.
But you can tell by your conversation, though, that you got your shit together. For someone to even ask that question.
You will never see me bagging groceries.
Right.
Ever in life. Guaranteed.
And you know what else that is, too? Is based on your gene pool. Some people just have hustling, getting money in their DNA. Give me an example. Remember when we was coming up, you had that guy that went to jail that was getting money, and you out here busting your ass doing what you gotta do. He did 9 years. He get out in 3 months, this motherfucker got a car, a house, and made more money than you somehow that fast. Some people just have it, Vlad. Mm-hmm. Some people just have. And we're not putting nobody down. Let's make sure that the audience is understanding what me and Vlad is talking about. We're either gonna intimidate you or inspire you. This is what me and this man talks about when we come on the show. We want to give knowledge to the people because we want you to be frightened. We want you to be scared. Because you better bust your ass, because put your feelings in your pocket, because don't nobody give a fuck about your feelings. Trust me. I told this the other night. The government pimps the state pimps the city, and the city pimps its people.
Yep. There you go.
Bottom line.
That's how it works.
Am I right or wrong?
You're right, man. And that retirement age is going to come at you a lot faster than you think.
Yes. And all these beautiful women that we see on Instagram that not taking advantage because you're showing your ass, you're in a bra. Bitch, you got to start selling something. You got 2 million followers. Turn that into paper. Because in 20 years, bitch, you're going to be in a shelter. Vlad. Vlad, am I telling the truth?
Yeah, no, facts. Facts, man.
Or you're going to be living in your son's apartment, taking care of a child of his for to barter system so you have your kid can take care of you.
Yeah.
I don't want that for nobody.
Right.
That's why we talk the way we talk, because we know how many listeners that you have. We want y'all to win, and you got to get out here and vote, motherfucking November 6th.